Welcome back to News Geelong as we continue our coverage out here at Beckley Park Harness Racing Club. A big night for the Geelong Harness Racing Club. And this gentleman, he's busy by nature and he's busy by name. Mr. Neil Busy, as we warmly welcome him to News Geelong, the chairman of Harness Racing Victoria. Welcome to Geelong.
Thank you, Graham. It's great to be down here.
And Geelong's not a new place for you, Neil. You've been a sort of a semi-citizen for a little while.
I wouldn't go that far. I've been excommunicated a few times. When I was chairman of the tribunal, I remember coming down for dinner one night and I happened to have suspended Gary Hocking the night before, so I had to bring a food taster with me.
One of our great local legends of the great game of cricket, Neville Crane. How are you, Craney?
Yeah, great man, Neville Crane. He's never out. He's told me he's never been out in his life, and umpires don't know what they're doing generally, but he's a great man, great cricketer.
And certainly continues to be as part of the Geelong cricket scene. Absolutely. Neil, harness racing, nice and healthy in the state of Victoria?
Yeah, throughout regional and country Victoria, harness racing is very strong. We run over 510 race meetings a year, which is about 10 a week. We're very fortunate recently that David Kelly's agreed to take over the chair at Geelong. As you know, David's a very passionate and committed person, and the Geelong Harness Club needs all the passion and commitment and support he can muster, and we're totally behind David, and I'm sure over the next 2 or 3 years he'll make a hell of a difference out here at Geelong.
We certainly agree and support with that because one of the, I suppose, minor frustrations that we would have as citizens of Geelong is that this magnificent facility that was a vision of a great man in Councillor Ray Beckley as he was then, and now Beckley Park, probably not as well utilised as we would like to see it. Absolutely.
I couldn't agree more. And this facility, it's been developed over the last 5 or 6 years. It's got a state-of-the-art track, and now the facility's here. And I think David will make sure that this club links with the local community. I think one of the problems the club has had over the past 10 years since I've been involved, they've never had a lot of good Geelong people involved in the committee of management and in the club to maximise the opportunities. And I think with David Kelly coming on board, David knows everybody in the town, and I think he'll bring a lot of local input into the development and management of the Geelong Harness Racing Club.
I'll give you another tip too. He'll drag him from as far as Casterton too, because we call him the Casterton Kid around Geelong.
No, he's a very passionate man, and together with his wife Mary, and I was involved in recruiting Andrew Kelly into harness racing many years ago, and Andrew's gone on to greater duties as the CEO of Harness Racing Australia, and he's doing a great job. He's inherited his father's passion and commitment for sport in general and harness racing in particular, and Andrew's doing a great job.
And we must say that you have also carried on your passion for involvement in sport from Australian rules football, harness racing. What else are you interested in?
Oh, I'm interested in football, cricket, any form of sport. I've been fortunate to be heavily involved in football over a long period of time, and I don't know what I did in a previous life, but I was... when they couldn't find a chairman for the tribunal, I was offered the role, and 10 years later I was still there, so I had to resign to get out of it. Otherwise, I'd most probably be still there. But it wasn't the most sought-after job in Australia or Victoria, but I enjoyed it, and I was lucky enough to be offered the role as chairman of Harness Racing Victoria by the government. It's a government appointment, and we're due to open a new $45 million facility next Thursday out at Melton, which will take the industry to another level. We'll race there every Friday night. It's got a motel complex, gaming venue, convention centre, and it'll be great for the industry and for harness racing in general.
Harness racing on the move in our great state of Victoria, including here in our great city of Geelong. And Mr. Neil Busy is the chairman of Harness Racing Victoria. Congratulations on what you're achieving so far. Let's hope it continues to be successful in the future. And thanks for your time, Neil.
Thanks very much, Graham. Thank you very much.
We're out at Beckley Park, the home of harness racing in our great city of Geelong. Joining us is their newly appointed president, Mr. David Kelly, looking absolutely sartorially elegant. We're used to seeing the blue and white of the Geelong Cricket Club, Kel, but you've really outdone us all tonight.
Well, I have, yes, Graham, but the unfortunate thing is I've got to take it back at 10:30. I've only got it on loan.
Eddie Elias, of course, from wonderful Shane McDonald.
Dressed by Eddie Elias every time.
Well, just out of interest, by the way, Kel, I presented a Geelong Cricket Club tie to Mr. Chen, who was from the Chinese Consular General's office, and he's been made an honorary member of the Geelong Cricket Club. Absolutely wonderful.
Marvellous what happens in my absence. I just...
David, it is a wonderful family night. The weather's been kind, the racing's good. the crowd has really turned out, and it's a colossal. You must be pleased.
Oh, look, we are pleased tonight. It's just, well, it's certainly pleasing, particularly with a lot of hard work that's gone into it. We are down on staff, but when you're in the trench, okay, good things happen to you. The cup field, I think, is quite an even field and should be a very good betting race tonight. Of course, we missed out on Mel Park Major, but other good things happen. And to see the people have rallied, it's great to have so many harness racing board members here from HRV. That is just terrific for us to have. And this club is now on about building respect. At the moment, we have got a lot of work to do in building respect within the club, and we are looking for sponsorships, we are looking for committee members, we're looking for volunteers, and this could be a very, very exciting 2 years ahead of us.
And so it should be. And when you've got the likes of Mr. Neil Busy, Andrew Kelly, CEO of Harness Racing Australia, making their presence felt and giving them their support, it's very important.
It's very important for this club to gain respect through those people. That's why we need them here as guests anytime they're available to be here to see what we're doing. That's certainly. And it's great to have our neighbouring clubs here. Tonight we've got Backish Marsh represented with their president, the president Paul James from Ballarat, and also the president Bruce Clark from Terang. And it's been good for me to visit their cup meetings and to see how well they do it. And because we have a long way to get up the ladder. At the moment, our cup is probably ranked number 9 in respect to prize money. And being the size of Geelong as we are, being as close to Hoppers Crossing and Werribee as we are, we have to get this up into a Group 2 and possibly a Group 1 race within the next couple of years.
And the challenge is there for you, the viewers, particularly down here in Geelong and also up around the Melton and Werribee and Hoppers Crossing areas, because harness racing is a well-recognised sport, and you could not get, and Neil Busy has told us, he recognises that this is the best country facility around Victoria.
Yes, like people keep telling me that this track is as good as any track in Victoria. Our bistro here tonight is some people for the first time are experiencing. It's just a terrific venue behind the glass, and it's an exciting time in harness racing, particularly with Melton opening next week, Tabcorp Park, and where Neil Busy and his board members are leading harness racing, we hope that they achieve the great expectations that they've set themselves.
And great support from APCO, of course, sponsoring their 16th Geelong Pacing Cup.
Oh, it is fantastic. The Anderson family have been associated for 16 years. We hope that they stay with us in the short term for a few more years. But to have a sponsor for that length of time is quite unique, I would think, in whatever sport you are in. And to Ron Anderson, to Margaret Anderson, to Robert and Peter, the rest of their family, we are deeply indebted.
And, of course, we've got some other major events on tonight, and we opened the show with the magnificent gold cup and Tucker's silver plate.
Oh, Tucker's silver plate. That's the last event tonight. They may be a little disappointed being the last event, but as punters go, it could be the last nail in the coffin, so to speak.
Still alive.
Very appropriate.
First time I've heard that.
Trevor Cole's not listening either.
The marvellous man, Trevor Cole. He has his values etched on his forehead, as do the Andersons and as do other wonderful sponsors of this place. Vinmar Homes are doing a great job with their sponsorship, and tonight we've taken on the baggy green capped Les Joslin, and Stanion Station have announced tonight that they've come on as a sponsor.
Wonderful news coming from harness racing here at Beckley Park in Geelong, and of course David, international crowd here tonight because we've got some English visitors. We've got the Pope of Geelong, Jock McMahon, here as well.
Yes, we've got the Pope. We certainly have got the unofficial mayor of the town. We've also got great Yorkshire people, and my sister who was born in Casterton, she's here tonight too.
As I said to Neil Busy, the Casterton kid, and the president of the Harness Racing Club here at our great city of Geelong, Mr. David Kelly. Thanks, David. Have a wonderful season. Have a wonderful night as we go to a break on News Geelong.